Well, good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Well, as you can probably tell, today's episode is going to be about bananas. But not these bananas behind the Bahe Kubo here this morning that I just showed you. Our Lakatan and our Lantundan over on the other side. Today, we're going to be more focused on saba. And we're going to make a great dish. Oh, maybe I'm giving away the secret too early. I think we'll wait until we get into today's episode to release what we're going to be doing with the saba today. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and get today's episode started. Now, without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Now, I absolutely love this time of year in the Philippines. This is like the beginning of the season when everything starts growing. You get all new blossoms, you get all kinds of new fruit, you get new leaves on all your little trees, citrus trees, and your vegetable garden. It starts coming to life. And right behind me, right over here, behind Hapon and myself over here, I've talked about this little plant back here before. This is a magic fruit, and there's really nothing magic about it. I'm not really sure why they call it magic fruit. Well, I do know why they call it magic fruit, because it produces a fruit. Let me go ahead and pull one of them off of here. Here. So you see this little fruit right here? This little red, it looks like a little red berry. You eat red? You don't eat fruits. He doesn't eat fruits or vegetables. Mary Ann eats everything. She eats coconut, as you've seen in the past, and you put vegetables inside her bowl. She'll eat vegetables too. Well, anyway, that's getting off track. This is the magic fruit. And what you can use this for, this is sort of like, you know, those artificial sweeteners that you get in the little packages like saccharin or things like that. Well, this is a natural, it's not a natural artificial sweetener because it's natural. It's not artificial, it's real. And this will counter effect anything that has a bitter taste to it. I'm not going to eat this right now because who knows what might have fallen on. I have to clean these first. But we are full. This tree is full of the magic fruit here. And I just noticed this the other day. It just started growing like crazy. Let's go back to the backyard real quick and we'll take a look at some of the things that are growing in the garden back there. Let's kind of take a look inside the raised bed garden. You remember we pulled up a lot of the pepper. We have a chili pepper plant over here. That's this guy right here. And he's in between stages right now. He doesn't have a lot. There's one little chili pepper right there. So what I decided to do, some of the seeds that fell off of it that started new plants, plus my own, I started propagating them, and we have several of them here in the backyard. You've seen them when they used to live over on that side. So I've transplanted, and these guys are doing great. Let's see. Oh, got another one right here. This one looks like it's got a little bit of insect. We're feeding some of the insects back here. But over here, you can see this one is actually starting to get some peppers on it. You see that little pepper plant right there? And we have some little peppers coming on here, so I'm excited about this one. Once I get this cleaned up a little bit back here, we'll find a permanent resting spot for it inside the garden. I'm slowly cleaning this up. Something else I found the other day that really surprised me, and I don't remember when I planted it. I don't know if I planted it from a seed or from a potato or what, but this is a potato plant. And how do I know this is a potato plant? Well, when I was cleaning this area, this is all reseeded with, this is actually going to be cantaloupe right here. It's like a melon. We're going to have like melon in this area right here. I accidentally dug this guy up, and there's a big potato about this big, and I put it back here again. It's one potato, but it's like, it's my little ornamental potato that I have back here. So I know the soil is really good for potatoes. Something else I want to show you, and some people panic when they see this, but you don't really need to panic, and I'll tell you why. Sometimes if you wake up in the morning and you see things like this, you see that? It's a little mushroom, or these little mushrooms right here. See the little mushroom here? Well, don't panic, because these are telling you something. They're telling you that you have really good soil, because mushrooms in itself, mushrooms do not like poor soil. So if you have mushrooms growing inside your yard, you're doing good. Your yard actually has very good organic, good composition of soil. So when you see these guys are your friends. They're telling you something that you should be happy about. What? What do you want? He wants to go for a walk. What? What do you want? Huh? What? What do you want? What do you want? Yeah, that's what he wants. He wants to go for a walk. And we'll take him for a walk a little bit later on. So something else I want to show you that I worked on over the weekend. Remember putting down that soil and the grass. I did some soil and grass movement from the yard to behind the fence area back here. Now, this is my neighbor John's yard, and I told you the other day I contacted him. I said, it's okay if I clear the area so we don't have the weeds growing over. So mainly yesterday what I did, since I'd already put the grass, I'd removed the sod from our flower bed in the inside where we're going to have flowers once the landscape nurseries open up again after all this coronavirus stuff gets over, and I can start putting stuff. But I went ahead and moved some of the grass out here. And I took some of the topsoil and I started filling it in. Remember we talked about doing topper inside your yard to make everything nice and flat? Well, I did a lot of topsoil back here so I can slowly get this so it'll be nice. So when our neighbors finally do start building over here, they got some free grass that they can have. Already started some really nice bluegrass if they decide to go with bluegrass. Remember, over here in the Philippines you have basically 3 kinds of grass: carabel, froggrass, and bluegrass. I particularly like bluegrass because it's as close to the type of grass that we normally see in North America, which I'm a favor of, that you can get over here. Now this side of the yard, this is Corey's lot over here on this side over here. And what I've been doing, I've been cleaning up this area, pulling up some of the weeds, grabbing the soil from the bottom of the weeds, because let me show you, you can get some really good topsoil from this. Now you can take that soil and you can fill in, and that's what I've been doing for Corey on this side over here to try to get this as nice and level as possible. Now this grass is coming in really nice here. I want you to see, especially in this area, because it's a little bit shaded over here from the little coconut tree that we have. This is also on Corey's side. And something you need to know, if you are transplanting from, say you're moving from like a flower bed like we have over here, and you're moving it to another location, when you first do that, when you first transplant grass, you need to really water it a lot. You pretty much need to saturate it for a while. And it's a day, you need to do that every single day until the roots grasp into the soil underneath it, and it gets a firm embedding into the topsoil underneath. And it needs to be deep watered. When I say deep water, you need to have 2, 3, 4 inches worth of good wet soil up underneath that. Then once it takes hold, then you can go to every few days or twice a week that you can start doing your watering. And here in the Philippines, it's not a problem during rainy season, but for right now, I'm going to continue watering this every single day until I get this grass over here nice and thick and healthy, and then we can cut back. And then rainy season will come, we won't have to do it at all because it'll be getting rain every single day. Now the focus for today is not the Lyre or the Lantunda that I have over in my yard, but here in Corey's yard, he has some saba that's actually ready to be picked. This is green. This is green saba. It's not ripe yet, which is what we need for today's project. Now before we get started with today's main purpose, which is to go chop down some saba bananas and present a really neat recipe for you today, we're going to start off with a couple of shout outs. As you know, on the channel here we often do birthday and anniversary and newborns and OFW recognition, and today is no exception. Today we have two shout outs. And the first one we're going to do is an anniversary shout out, and okay. right we did the anniversary shout out, and the anniversary shout out for today is for
Leonard, Drysdale, and Rizali. Happy anniversary.
And it's their second anniversary. Leonard and Rizal, how do you pronounce it? I don't know.
I'm not sure, but Rizali?
Rizali or Rizali? I don't know. You have to let us know if we got, which one of us got it right. I say Rizali, she says Rizali. So anyway, the two are celebrating their second anniversary. Leonard is from Australia, and Rizali is from here in the Philippines, but unfortunately they're spending their anniversary apart from each other right now because Rizali got stuck in this coronavirus lockdown, so she is stuck here in the Philippines and couldn't get transportation back to her asawa back in Australia. So anyway, to the two of you, we want to wish you a happy anniversary. And our second shout out today is a very special birthday shout out, and it's not just from us to the recipient, but it's also from his wife, his asawa, to him as well. Anyway, the birthday shout out is for Gerard Newberg. Gerard and his wife V, they owned a lot right across the street from us, right over our shoulder right here, and they were supposed to start building, I think after the summer, this year. They were supposed to start this summer. I don't know how far this coronavirus thing is going to put off their building, but we're really looking forward to having this couple as our neighbors. They're some really great people. So anyway, from us and V to you, Gerard, we want to wish you a happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Now before we go outside and cut down our bananas, you have to have something to cut it with. Now, this is the traditional knife of choice right here, or the tool of choice here in the Philippines. Every red-blooded Filipino man pretty much has one of these, and you can do a little bit of everything with it. This is such a multi-function tool, from working with coconuts to cutting down bananas to clearing off of a lot. Pretty much anything you need to do when it comes to outside in a rural type of an environment. This thing it's great. You can do a little bit of everything. But sometimes some of the newer technology, I like using this to get up to those high-reaching areas. It's got a little saw on the end. This is a pruner. It's normally used for pruning limbs off of a tree, and it's telescopic. You can take this and you can just slide this out, and you can make it go up to, I don't know, about 4 meters or something like that. Anyway, let's go ahead and go cut down our bananas. Well, it's about time to cut down some saba, and I want to thank Corey. Thank you for donating your saba for today's episode. That was easy. Now, something you want to make sure of, that you stay away from the sap. There's a sap that comes out at the end of the banana stalk here, and it will stain whatever you have, and it's almost impossible to get that sap out of your clothing, so be careful about that. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pull off some of the banana stalk here that we're going to use for our recipe for today. Try to select the ones that are like the biggest. This is really good. Then one of the next things I like to do, I like to clean off the bananas before I start preparing them. Now next it's time to separate the individual bananas so that we can start cutting them up. Right now we're going to go ahead and start preparation of the bananas for our recipe for today. And I just realized I didn't tell you what we're making, but I know you guys are really smart. And if you look at the name of today's episode, which is going to be how to make banana chips, you know that we're making banana chips today. All right, well, let's get back to this. Let's get back to the preparation. So you see we have the banana, and what we're going to do this for all of the saba banana that we have here. We're going to cut off one end here. We're going to cut off another end right here, just like this. And we're going to set this aside. We'll just leave that inside the sink. And then what we're going to do, we're going to slice. I'm going to slice a piece of the banana right here. And then what we're going to do, if this banana is the way it should be, we're just going to separate the banana meat from the peel on the outside. And we're going to do this for all of the bananas. And then once we get this done, then I'll show you what the next step is going to be. Now the next step, and this is the critical step right here, we want very thin slices of the banana. We want very thin slices so that when we bite into them, after we cook them, after we put them in the hot oil, and we basically deep fry them, we want them to be crunchy. And to get a good crunchy texture, you need some thin slices. And there's two traditional ways that they do over here in the Philippines for cutting bananas. One, they just basically cut it straight just like this. They will go straight across here, and they will make a bunch of pieces just like this here. But I don't like it quite as much like that as I do coming up with something just like this thin slice right here. What I like doing, I like taking this little peeler. This is normally what you use for potatoes or carrots, and you could take it and you can make thin slices just like this right here. And that's what you want. You want a very thin slice, about, I don't know, you can see how thin that is. And this will make for the best type of banana chips, and they're bigger pieces as well. And they are very, very thin, and they're easy to cook. So let me go ahead and do these, and then I'll show you the next step after we do this. Now I've almost got enough bananas sliced here that we can start with the rest of the recipe. But I wanted to show you something while I was in the middle of slicing these. If you look inside, you can see that there are seeds. Bananas actually have seeds. I don't know if most of you know that. That's those little black dots that are inside there. And you can actually grow bananas from seeds like you would do traditionally with vegetables. Although that's not the normal way to do that. Normally you take the pup, the small seedling that's on the side of the mother plant, and you cut that off with the roots and you transplant that. But you can grow bananas from seeds. Now once you've sliced all of your banana slices and you have the leftover mess that you would normally throw away, I recommend you don't throw this away. Save all this and add it to a compost mix inside your backyard, because banana peels really make a good addition to your compost. Okay, let's go to our next step. And the ingredients we're going to use here to deep fry and cook the banana chips, we're going to cook them in what's called Lyre oil. This is otherwise known as coconut oil. I like coconut oil. I like coconut oil for my popcorn, but it's also really good to cook your bananas, to deep fry your bananas in. Although you can use regular corn oil, or you can use canola oil, whatever kind of oil that you prefer, but this is my favorite right here. Now for the coating, I want to do a coating coating of the banana chips prior to us deep frying them, I want to coat them in a little bit of some sugar. Now you can use white sugar, you can use light brown sugar. What I like, my secret ingredient, is a mixture. It's a mixture of white sugar as well as light brown sugar. I mix the two together and it gives me what I call the perfect consistency and sweetness of the banana chip. Now, if you want to do your banana chips and you want them to be a healthier choice, you can cook the banana chips in the oil. You can deep fry them without any sugar coating. Or something else that you can do, you can, after you deep fry them without any sugar, when you take them out, you can sprinkle them with your favorite topping like cheddar cheese or anything that you would normally sprinkle over something like popcorn. Okay, let's go ahead and first thing we're going to do, we're going to start getting the oil heated up. We're going to do a little bit of the coating of our banana chips and then we're going to cook them. Now, something you're going to want to be cautious about is not to get your oil too hot because it will burn your bananas. Also, you want to make sure when you're adding your bananas, you keep them from sticking together, from clumping together. So what we're going to do, we're going to test one piece of banana slice here in just a moment, and then we'll see if we have the right temperature going on our burner here. And then we're going to have a little pan we're going to put to the side. And as these cook and they get to the right amount of brownness and crispiness, we're going to take those out and let those dry inside the pan. All right, we'll go ahead and test one right here. Oh yeah. Now once you've gotten all of your bananas cooked and they've been out to dry for a little while, what you're going to do, you're going to want to get something like a mason jar. What I do, I save these plastic containers from peanuts. When I get peanuts from the grocery store, I save these containers. And what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to take them and you're going to want to put them inside. You're going to want to fill up this container right here. And the reason you do that is if you want to continue keeping this nice and crispy for a long period of time, this will do that. It has to be in an airtight container. So we'll go ahead and put some of these in here, and then I'll get Ness out here and we'll do a test taste. All right, well, you know the old saying, proof is in the pudding. Well, proof is in the banana today. So anyway, Ness is going to be critiquing the banana chip recipe here, and we'll see what it's like. Anyway, go ahead and grab one.
Go.
So here's our banana chips.
Mmm. Mmm.
Really
Tastes
good.
like real banana chips.
It is real banana chips. What are you talking about? This is really good. This is going to be perfect for our...
Good job, babes.
Thank you. Thank you. This is going to be perfect for our sitting in the evening time watching movie theater night. We'll do this for eat some of these for movie theater night. We're going to have an upcoming episode also critiquing one of our favorite COVID-19 movies of the night that we have been watching here lately. So anyway, that's about it for today's episode. This is really good.
We don't have to go around looking for banana chips.
No, we don't have to go around looking for banana chips. Because the last time I got banana chips, it was in Palawan. We brought some home from Palawan. So before all this craziness of the quarantine happened. And from Kit. And from Kit Sanchez, our drummer as well. He and his wife sell these kind of banana chips also. Well, anyway, that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I tell you, I enjoyed making it. I enjoyed making these today. We are into, I don't know, the umpteenth day of the quarantine. And from what I see in the news, we're still continuing, and it's getting even stricter here in the Philippines. A lot of the news this morning that I saw is a lot more strictness on the lockdowns because they're trying to knock it out here in the country, and that's a good thing. So for you, if you are home, and you have the ability to get to a banana tree or to the grocery store, because even in even though they don't grow saba in North America that I know about, you can go and you can get like plantain, and you can get the thousand fingers. What's the little tiny bananas called? You can get all these really weird bananas that you don't normally see inside like North America or Europe, or probably in Asia. You probably see a lot of these types of bananas. But you can get those, and you can do the same thing we did here today. Make it a family project during this lock-in with your family. This would be fun. This would be great to do with the kids. Huh? Wouldn't you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great. Anyway, that's it for today. If you enjoyed today's video, please give us a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little MPID dream heart in the bottom right-hand side of your screen. You will be subscribed, and you will be notified the next time we upload a new video. So until such time, you have a wonderful and blessed day. If you enjoyed today's episode and you would like to see more just like these, just click on one of the helpful links over to your right, and you might be able to pick up on some good information on DIY projects, how to, or if you are interested in moving to the Philippines and building, you'll find answers there as well.